as you can see, it's still Christmas, yes. And this person sitting next to me may look familiar to a few of you folks.
I wonder why.
He's only been sitting in that seat for 15 or 20 different times. In fact, he was my very, very first guest 10 years ago. Do you realize it's been
10 years ago when I was 25.
Yes, exactly.
That's 25 years old?
Jim Avedition.
I remember that, 25.
Yes. Yeah.
Of course, you know what I tell people now? I tell them I'm 40 with 34 years experience.
I just tell people like Bob Mosgola, who was another accordion player friend, said, now just identifying as a 50-year-old.
Oh.
So you know, it all works, I guess. Yeah.
I'll tell you something about this Jingle Bell Rock, which became a standard tune, of course.
Absolutely.
It was written by Joe Beal and Jim Booth originally. Now, but it was recorded in 1957 by Helms.
Bobby Helms.
And Garland. But the interesting thing is, they disputed the ownership of the original writers. Because it was something like, I don't have the exact details, but it was something like they gave them supposedly different music, and then Helms and Garland changed it around to what it is today. So even today, it's still disputed.
And that part I did not know. But yes, Bobby Helms. I mean, who is Bobby Helms? He did Jingle Bell Rock, and that's about it.
So should we believe him? Probably not. Huh?
I don't know. Was he a country or a rock singer? Or
I don't know, because I didn't know it until I looked up the song. And I said, what is this guy?
And ironically, that song, like many others, says nothing about Christmas.
No, it doesn't.
But it's become a Christmas standard.
Well, it's got the Christmas stuff. Yeah, what do you want to do?
Well, that next tune was written in 1963 by a fellow named Hugh Nelson. Who?
Willie Nelson.
Oh, Willie, that's right.
Good old Willie.
This was before he was Willie.
And
it's funny, I had never heard this tune, and 10 years ago when we started to do the Christmas things, Emily Johnson, who was our producer at the time, and has since left this business, she says, "Do you know Pretty Paper?" I says, "Gee, son of a gun." She says, "My mother used to, sing that song to us." So I looked it up and learned it and played Pretty Paper, and she really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So tune is Pretty Paper from 1963. I guess Roy Orbison had the first hit.
Interestingly enough, although Willie wrote it, Roy Orbison did do the first recording. It was interesting. Willie recorded his own version, in fact, twice. The last one was 1979 for his own Christmas album. And interestingly enough, the name for this song came from when Willie was working in Texas. He was walking by this guy who was selling stuff, every day. And the guy was out there shouting, pretty paper, pretty ribbons, So there was, it's an interesting little tidbit of information.
You'll take us in and we will try to play this. pretty paper, just the way we rehearsed it.
Yeah. First time playing it together. Come on, tell them the truth. Tell them the truth. Tell them the truth.
What's that?
Well, first time playing this together.
Well, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Now we're going to turn Jim loose on his own to do a very special song. Alvin! Oh, no, I don't know.
Alvin, Simon, and Theodore, huh?
Yes.
Wow.
And I'm going to sit and listen to this.
You are, huh? Wow.
The Chipmunks.
Well, the Chipmunk song was written by Ross Bagdasarian,
That's
a
easy for
fellow
you to say.
Armenian here, but he did go by the stage name of David Seville. So that's what everybody always heard, David
Yep.
Seville. Anyway, the Chipmunk voices, which I certainly am not going to attempt to do,
Oh.
they were made by varying the tape speeds. When they were recording it, strangely enough, it won 3 Grammys, for this little song. It's so funny. So that's whatever it is, I'll tell you. So, anyways, the old Chipmunk song. For some reason, it became another Christmas standard.
Yep.
Like that. So, hurry up and buy your Chipmunks. Get them before the holidays. Yeah.
Chipmunk song. And it's funny you talk about the speeding up of the tapes. I think the first person to really mess around with different ways to record was, of course, Les Paul with his wife Mary Ford. And by the time he was through, it sounded like she was singing with a quartet because he would, overdub and all that fun stuff. Yeah. Stuff that I know so much about. Just ask Austin; he'll tell you how much I know. But anyway, okay, 1958, I believe, a young lady named Brenda Lee, and she decided that she would just kind of rock around the Christmas tree. So let's see if we can find her.
Did you know that she was known as Little Miss Dynamite?
I believe that does ring a bell.
Because when she recorded this song, if my sources are correct, she was only 13 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
doesn't surprise me.
Very interesting.
Okay, sir, take us in and we'll rock around the tree.
That's what they say.
rocking around that old Christmas tree, 13-year-old Brenda Lee. Well, this next song, basically, I think it's one of the prettiest songs ever written by a fellow named Mel Torme, who I think personally, we were talking about this a little earlier off camera, was the best of all the great male singers, and I don't think he got nearly the recognition he should have. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But it was written in 1945, and in 1946, a fellow named Nat King Cole recorded this song, and it became such a Christmas pageant song almost. Now, I met Nat King Cole's wife once.
Did he know about it?
I don't think he was around at the time. In another part of my life, which I try to forget as much as possible, I worked for a doctor. And this patient, when I was on the schedule, her name was Maria Cole. So, smarty pants. Oh, any relation to Nat King Cole? Oh, yes, I was his wife. Oh, okay. Well, no, okay, try to worm my way out of this one, but she told me that she's from New York, and when she would go into the department stores, Macy's, whatever, and hear this song, she'd say, oh, that was my husband. So
yeah.
So this is dedicated to Nat and Maria.
You know, they had a name for him. What's that? Some kind of throat. I can't remember. Anyways, if you're interested, and it won't take long because I know we got to go. It was actually written on a very hot summer day, and Mel Torme was sitting down trying to think of phrases to keep him cool, and he came up with 4 of the lyrics in this song.
The words too.
Yeah, very good. So anyway, Robert Wells came over, and together they finished it. So it was pretty cool that it was recorded on not recorded, but written on a hot day, even though it's a Christmas song. Wow. Okay, we'll go into that here.
Christmas song, a Christmas song. Pretty tune.
Also
Well,
known as, and I have to be careful with Carol out there, chestnuts roasting
yes,
on
yes,
an open
yes.
fire.
all right, well, we're getting down towards the end of our time. We may have to cut this tune a little short, but we'll see. Our last tune, Here Comes Santa Claus.
Yeah, another Gene Autry song.
Gene Autry,
Ooh,
1947. Yep,
We
yep.
both did that.
Now, the story on the street is that every year he rode his horse in the Christmas parade
He did
in
do that.
California.
He did.
And he was near the end of the parade.
He was.
And following him was
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And so as he was be riding along, he heard people say, "Oh, here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus."
Yeah.
So he decided, well, I may as well write a song, on his opening act, right?
Uh-huh.
So here comes Santa Claus.
Well, what you didn't know or didn't say is this song, as nice as it is, Christmas little tune,
Yeah.
caused a little bit of problems there, because if you look at the lyrics in the second verse, it talks about, protect us, God and like religion and stuff like that, and it actually caused a
really?
kerfuffle there,
Didn't
Like
we're probably not going to have maybe once or twice through, and we'll see, because we're a little tight on time. So
yeah. Well, you can give me this song. Go there.
Yeah.
All right.
Santa had to leave early.
You had to leave early.
All right, well, we're just about out of time here today. I wanted to thank Big Jim here for coming in.
Yeah.
He's here a couple of times a year.
Always
and,
a pleasure. What's this, the 9,000th time?
Yeah, something like that. And of course, thank you all for watching, listening. However you get this show, YouTube, I don't know, radio, TV, I don't know, however you get it. And of course, the big guy behind the glass who makes us sound good. If we sound good, that's Austin. If we don't, there's something wrong with the instruments.
I see. Yeah.
That's how it works. So
I prefer it the other way. You take credit for the good, you take credit for the bad.
okay, that's him then.
Yeah, that sounds
oh,
good.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. So that's on you, Austin.
Yeah.
He said it, I didn't. So all right.
All right.
So let's just take a few bars of "Here Comes Santa Claus" and take it home. So,
Okay. There we go.